Hello, you are listening to KAOP, AM 1045, Seattle's premier AM radio station. My name is Danny.
I'm Joseph.
And you're listening to Access on Purpose, a weekly radio show where we cover all music that's happened in Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, and beyond. We're broadcasting live from our studios at the corner of 28th and Church, deep in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. We got 88 watts of power coming through the airwaves. Joseph, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, but I am feeling like we are losing the right to call ourselves a weekly radio show because it's been a while since we've done this.
Partly Joseph was in jail for a few weeks.
That's right.
We went on a solidarity strike with Seattle's Teachers Union.
That also happened.
So yeah, it's been a while, but we're back and we're here. And I'm excited. And now,
I'm happy to be back.
So, Joseph, while you were in jail, I was walking around town, and a lot of people kept asking me, why are you still doing AM radio? Why are you just doing 88 watts of power?
I get that a lot.
And one of the reasons is because a lot of people don't know this, but according to the FCC, you can swear on AM radio. You can say fuck, you can say cock.
You can say whatever you want. Yes, you can say cock. That's
and
true.
I'm a hillbilly from Ohio, and so I really like swearing.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of the word fuck. And so I was really, really excited this week because I don't know if you knew or if you know, but the earliest recorded version of the word fuck has been found by a historian.
Really?
Yes.
When's it from?
Well, okay, let's go. So prior to this, the oldest F word was found in a poem from 1457. And then also in a monk's notes, he scribbled in the margin of a book, "fucking Abbot," in 1528.
So is it actually the exact translation of the word fuck?
Well, okay, so this is actually in English.
Didn't Shakespeare use a lot of words that were supposed to mean that?
Yeah, but he was in that was in the 1600s.
Yeah.
So this is
I see.
So this is in 1310.
Whoa.
In court documents. There was a guy who was in trouble with the law 3 times, and they put his name as Roger Fucks by the Navel. And the historian says that there's no record of anyone actually having that name, and so they think that they were just making fun of this guy. So the historian that found it is Dr. Paul Booth, and to quote him, it says, "Either it refers to an inexperienced copulator, or referring to someone trying to have sex with the navel, or a rather extravagant explanation for a dimwit. Someone so stupid they think that this is the way to have sex." So yes, but my favorite part is his first name was Roger, which I think it's really funny that in 1310...
Yeah, there's a guy named Roger, but then they can't make out what his last name is.
No, I think according to the article, they knew what his last name was, but they just wanted to make fun of him.
Oh.
So anyways, I think that this should be used by everyone. If you want to call someone stupid, tell them that they're fucked by the navel. If you have a bad OkCupid date, the next day, and you're talking to your friend, be like, "Oh, it's kind of like a fuck by the navel." If you ask me.
This guy had no idea how to have sex.
Yeah.
All right, it's up to you, listeners, to make this happen.
Just please use it in any way.
Hashtags, we got all sorts of posts.
Did you see there's a lot of hashtags I stand with Joseph?
Yeah, well, the listeners were trying to get me out of jail.
Why were you in jail? No, let's not talk about it.
it.
So anyways, Joseph, we usually talk about music on this podcast. Radio show.
Sometimes, yeah.
Occasionally, not for a while.
Not lately.
But one of the problems is in Seattle, things don't operate in a vacuum. Joseph,
that's a problem?
No, that's a good thing. Did I say it was a problem?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, the problem with only talking about music on a podcast is that music does not exist in a vacuum, and the people in Seattle are very creative, and the people who make music also make movies, make comics, and everything kind of comes together. Which is why I'm really excited for the local Sightings comic fair.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
I do, yeah.
What do you know about it?
Not as much as you do.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that we're talking to the people who are putting it on today, and those are very special guests.
Should we let them introduce themselves?
I think that the listeners are tired of hearing us, and they want.
I think the listeners are tired of hearing us, according to our download.
Hey.
So please introduce yourself.
I am Sarah Strunen, and I am the organizer of the local Sightings Comics Fair at the end of the month.
I'm Mark Palm. I am the editor, organizer, and a contributor for Intruder Comics, which will be featured at the book fair, and I also probably have a small part in the film that's being shown that night.
And I'm Aiden Fitzgerald. I'm a contributor to Intruder and a co-founder of Cold Cube Press, which will be tabling at the fair.
Awesome. Where's the fair at?
It's going to be at the Northwest Film Forum. And
Where is that for our listeners?
That is actually, yeah, that's at 1515 12th Avenue.
No. 12th
Yeah, 12th and Pine, between Pike and Pine,
Yeah,
next
you're
to
right.
the police station.
Right.
And
So you'll be safe.
juice box. Yeah.
The police station.
I
you're
know
very
this
familiar.
well. And some
Yes.
of my protesters.
I stand with Joseph.
Yeah, so it's going to be in the Northwest Film Forum in the Film Forum lobby on the 30th. And yeah.
Oh, so now let's start with the beginning. There will be a movie shown there.
So, yeah, there's going to be a fair from 6 to 8, which Intruder and Cold Cube will be a part of, as well as 4 other organizations. And we'll have music and drinks, and then there will be videos screened by a couple artists in one of the smaller cinemas that people can go in and out of. And at 8 p.m., there will be a documentary called Bazango, Washington, which is going to be awesome. And tickets are selling out really quickly. So,
And what is it about?
it is by the filmmakers Ron Austin and Louise Amandes. I hope I pronounced that right. And basically for the last few years, they've gone around and they have done interviews with like every...
I believe Frank Young, James Gill, Dave Lasky.
I love how tiny your notes are.
I had problems with the printer.
Yeah.
I mean, all the
Steve
probably
Willis,
knows
Pat Moriarty, Ellen Forney, Peter Bagg, which is
Whoa,
awesome.
Peter Bagg.
Yeah, I know. Jim Woodring, and many, many more! Exclamation point.
Intruder is also in there, and Short Run is also in there. Short Run is also a big collaborator on this festival. And yeah.
So yeah, for our listeners that don't know, why don't you explain what Short Run is, or one of you three? Finger pointing going on.
Short Run is an amazing comic festival that started up 5 years ago, I think now. Well, this will be its 5th year, and it was meant as an answer to Emerald City Comic Con, which is like sort of a big pop culture deal versus comics, or at least an independent voice in comics or DIY. And so Kelly Froh and Aaron Franklin put it together the first year and kind of just got the ball rolling, and it's grown every year. It started at the Vera Project, and now it's back at the Seattle Center, but at it's
one of the convention halls. But not the one that's creepy
probably
and
know which
fluorescent
one it
lit.
is, so it's like...
And it's on Halloween this year.
And it's
which
on
is
Halloween.
going to be super cool.
Yeah.
It's at the something hall. We'll edit that in.
I think in the coming weeks we're actually going to have some people from Short Run.
Okay, cool.
So we don't have to talk about too much. Get
Good.
back to the event.
I don't want to talk about fucking Short Run.
Well, yeah, I mean, Short Run, I was coming from a place sort of outside of the comics community with more of a film background, so it was, Aiden actually sort of introduced me to a lot of people within the comics community, including Mark and Kelly, so that, because I really wanted it to be about the contemporary comics community in Seattle. I was really drawn to that, and so yeah, it was really great sort of learning from them and building this event around these organizations.
Yeah, what's kind of cool is like, I mean, showing the documentary, you could actually have things that are in the documentary at this fair. Like, there's not too many. I mean, like,
Totally.
it's like since it's a documentary about like a living community that's still going on.
Yeah.
And it's based around like tangible objects that people
It's
sell.
immersive.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the amazing things. Like when Sarah came, she approached me for some advice about like what we could possibly play, and if I was interested in having a fair outside of a in a movie theater kind of scenario. Even though it's gonna be small and cramped, but it's like Bazango seemed to be the one that's the most obvious choice, since like a lot of us that are going to be there are actually in the movie, and our friends and family are going to want to see the movie because it's the U.S. premiere of it too. So like it just made it to like Poland. Yeah, it actually was in Poland earlier this month, and Pat Moriarty, who like designed the poster and he plays a big part in the film, he went out there and introduced it because he was also part of a comics fair. I think he toured around a couple of different European areas. So he took it out there and introduced it, and now this is like the big premiere. So it's like, it's the one that's like, it's clear to sell out because like this film, it features, God, like probably 100, 200 Pacific Northwest cartoonists, which is kind of mind-blowing. Because when I approached them, I saw them filming a short run, and I also recognized them as customers because I work at Scarecrow Video. And be like, wow, these guys come in and they're also filming, short run. What's going on? So I went up to them and I'm like, what are you guys up to? What's this thing? And they're like, oh, well, we're doing this thing. I'm like, well, I run a newspaper with like 16 other contributors here in Seattle. And it's all Seattle-based cartoonists. If that interests you or whatever, we can talk. And they're like, wow, that's amazing. We really been focusing on older cartoonists that we've known throughout the years, or also been, it's like passed or retired. And now, wow, what a good opportunity to reach out to the newer crowd, the contemporaries. So that got that ball rolling, and then we kept on introducing them to more and more people, and it took them like 2 more years after our interview. So the footage of our like party zone, which is
long time coming.
Yeah, they've been really going at it for like 5 years. So
I don't know why Danny's laughing at me.
No, it was actually a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I think we got super, super lucky because I remember I went to like Aiden with this idea and another friend of mine, and we felt like, I was like, how can I bridge this gap between like the comic medium, which is the written and drawn medium, and film? And the obvious one was like, well, we'll do like a live action adaptation, or we'll do an animation. And I remember going up to like Tom Van Dusen and Max Klotfelter at something and sort of like talking to them about it, and Tom was like, oh, so you're just gonna show Ghost World? And I was like, no, I really don't want this event.
Yeah.
I want it to like honor the community here. And I don't want it to just be like, this is an adaptation, watch this.
Well, I remember being pretty, like when we had the first meeting, I was really adamant about like the crossing over of animation, or like the association to animation to comics, and especially independent comics, is like, I wanted to stray away from like motion comics as like that just kills comics. That's just like that's evil. And then I didn't want to go right to animation as saying like, well, that's the gateway. Like you draw and you write comics, and that's cute.
Everything. Comics can't stand on their own.
Yeah, so it's like animation's the obvious choice to go to, because like, wouldn't your stuff be cool if it moved around on its own instead of in people's minds? Like no.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
Talk to Mr. Scott McCloud about that. Right. But no, and the motion, when you say motion, those things that are like really creepy, where they just that's what
it's all After Effects bullshit.
They cut it out in paper, and like they're just moving it like well, the listeners can't see my hands, but
there's also like there's like this layering, or it's like almost like a paper cut kind of deal, and going over a background and there's a lot of work. There's got to be a lot of work.
It makes Dilbert more interesting.
Nothing can make Dilbert more interesting.
So I used to work at this DVD store, and we got in the Watchmen motion comic, and I'm like, all right, I want to see what this is like. And it is like, it's like the panels just kind of like sort of move, but then every line of dialogue and every line of narration is said by the same person, and so it's kind of like this creepy old man reading.
Right, it has like a book on tape kind of vibe, and like a really bad just like
book on tape.
Yeah, like a freelance book on tape author or something like that. You're like, oh, they brought me in. I'm a studio guy. Watchmen. Who watches the Watchmen? It's like.
Yeah, but the
I'd like it if it was Jim Dale. I'll just throw that out.
Who's Jim Dale?
He reads all the Harry Potter books.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Do you know he got arrested?
Really?
Oh, no.
No, you're... That was good.
The thing about a comic is that, the narration blocks and the dialogue,
they're different voices, you would think.
But they're also happening simultaneously, and that's the thing. Like everything on the panel is happening simultaneously. So to try to figure out like what order they go in. So it's fucking stupid. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But just to go back to, I think we got really lucky because Bazanga, Washington was completed this year, was submitted to local sightings.
Wait a minute, what's local sightings?
So Local Sightings is a really great film festival that has been going on at the Northwest Film Forum. It's actually their 20th anniversary this year, so it's been going on for 20 years.
They can serve alcohol.
Oh god, I really hope that's accurate. Let you know if it's not accurate. But it's our 20th anniversary this year, and it's great. I was a part of it, organizing it last year, and it features filmmakers from the Pacific Northwest, and a lot of people who wouldn't have their film screened anywhere, so it's great.
Now, so at this local sightings fair, you said like 2 hours before the movie starts, there's going to be people selling comics and books and stuff like that. It's going to be like pretty quiet, or?
I hope it's not pretty quiet.
Is there going to be any music? Or anything?
Okay, so yes, there will be music. Actually, Help Yourself Records, a local
past guest,
local label, will be playing music. They're DJing, and
So now, will there be any dragon metal?
It is Help Yourself.
I was going to tell that story.
It's exclusively dragon metal.
That was my story.
Oh. Well, you can still tell it since I asked.
Yeah, I mean, I
will
wasn't. The listeners don't now know the story. They're like,
But is that like a dig on comics? Like
It's
dragon
not
metal,
a
it's
dig on
dorky.
comics.
So then
it's like a thing.
no, it sounds fucking brilliant.
It's
I want
Also
it.
known as adventure metal.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Because,
Yeah.
okay,
It's like-
so
Yeah.
they asked if I wanted Courtney, the programmer at the film forum, asked if I wanted to like have a DJ. I was like, I don't know any DJs. So my boyfriend runs a label, Matt Colhidi, and friends of mine also run a label with him. And I was like, why don't you guys DJ? So they're gonna be DJing, and I told him basically like, you can't play any Dio because he loves Dio. And I was like, I really don't want you to be playing Dio at this event. It's like a cool event.
Classic.
And
was a
first
pretty-
of all, he was like, "Sir, I don't think comics people are really gonna care if I'm playing Dio." You know, I don't. And I was like, and then I was like, also just like in general, like no dragon metal. And he thought it was hilarious because he didn't know what dragon metal is. We looked up dragon metal.
Yeah.
It is definitely a thing.
It's a thing.
It is definitely a thing. So
It's not good.
I mean,
As long as it's entertaining,
There
though. I don't really
might
care
be
about quality.
a little bit of
or
dragon
the
metal,
beauty of the
but-
poetics and the lyrics, but
there will probably be some Dio. We also
I feel relieved.
There will be some Dio. Also, like other really great music.
I'd be
hopefully,
upset by
I hope.
like Enya or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I don't-
Oh my
I don't-
God, our coworker.
How could you possibly be
loves
upset by Enya? It's like,
oh
it's
my
I don't
God.
like to be so calm.
Yeah, our coworker.
I like to be a little
loves
upset
Enya.
and like aggravated and anxious
they-
once in a while.
At the coffee shop, they play Enya.
Our coworker has brought in like
Yeah.
3 Enya tapes.
Ooh,
they're
And
real
you
good.
think like,
Strong work.
like I like one Enya song, but listening to an entire Enya tape
Yeah.
in an empty coffee shop with like 3 people
That's the
is
worst.
so
That's when it's like
awkward.
it becomes performance art.
It's so awkward.
I think I might like walk into a coffee shop and then just turn around and walk out.
Yeah. I think one of our coworkers just maybe like he just likes making everybody, or he legitimately really
I think he
loves
just
it.
loves Enya.
I think
I
he
got no problem with
loves
Enya. I got no
No, I mean
beef with Enya.
there's a time and a place for Enya.
Yeah.
No,
That's when I'm in my
Yeah.
it's when I'm in my bad
Dad
dad.
actually is an avid listener of this podcast.
Yeah.
I've got my tea lights. I got my bubble bath going. You know, that's
No,
the
there
time.
is a time and place for Enya. I
You know, Jack Kirby
love a
comic in my
couple-
hand.
Danny hates taking baths, though, so he's a shower man.
I don't understand why anyone wants to lie in filth.
No, I understand,
But you know what? Lately, I'd kill for a bath because I haven't been able to shower in a week because I don't have fucking electricity.
Yeah, I've heard you got a fire at your house.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
You can come. Well, we'll talk about that off air.
What?
Come over here and shower. Please. We have a shower at the studio.
Showering capability.
Gary lives at the studio. I don't understand why you don't just bunk up with him.
Gary doesn't live in the studio. You haven't been Gary's bungalow?
No, he told
It's
me
a
he lives
fucking
here.
party.
Oh, God.
So, anyways, okay. So we've talked about short run. Fantagraphics is going to be there. Anyone want to say anything about Fantagraphics?
Oh, I suppose I could
Yes,
since
don't worry.
I work there, but I'm not going to have anything to do with them. No, I'm a self-publisher. No, they're a fantastic corporation. No,
Which
actually-
is it?
they're terrific, and I'm glad they're going to be there. It's really good for Fantagraphics because they're literally a local, publisher and everything else. I mean, even though they do like Peanuts and Mickey Mouse and stuff like that, they are like pulling in a lot of like local, a lot of local work. And they do a lot for the community. I mean, they were, Gary was voted Genius Award a couple of years ago, or actually last year, I think. We got their store and everything else, which sells a lot of really great comics. So if you don't see something you like at this little local sightings thing, hop down to Georgetown Fantagraphics shop and check it out next to Georgetown Records, which is fantastic.
And what's great too is that you have the back room where it has the slightly damaged stuff.
Yeah, and the Portuguese stuff.
Yeah, the slightly damaged room. I've gone in there. I'm like, I've looked. I'm like, okay, why? How is this considered damaged?
We've got such a high quality control that like seriously, like a ding or like a tiny little dent or like a crinkle that was like, you know, like it's just offset on the spine, like it's bent a little bit. They're like, it's done. You know, we said I work part time in the warehouse and I got to do that. We open up the crate and it's like, well, man, this isn't very good. And then there's that moment where I get to go, okay, well, that goes in my pile. Oh, the next one, that's damaged as well. So that won't go to the store, you know. But yeah, I mean, they do a lot, and I'm glad they're here. I mean,
like I remember when I was in like high school, a friend of mine's brother bought 8-Ball comics, and I was like, this is like the best thing in the world. And then since then, Fantagraphics is one of those things where it's like, if it says Fantagraphics, I'm gonna at least give it a try because it's probably fucking awesome.
That's the name that, you know, we've built up, and I think it's one that holds. There are, you know, it's like the Criterion Collection where, you know, you say that to someone, they're like, Criterion Collection, what's that? And you go, oh, well, it's all these amazing things.
They put out a deluxe version of Armageddon.
And they put out a deluxe version.
Well, it's like I like Discord Records, but like the things that I love are great, but they have a ton of stuff that is awful. But I'll try it out.
No, I would say Discord Records does not mean I will give it a chance.
It does for me.
It's
personally.
like there's like
Depends on the year. I mean, Discord 92 to 96, you're set, you're fine. Even before that, I guess like 80.
But you know what? I bought a Fire Party CD.
I think with like Criterion in comparison to the Fanta, like Criterion, they did
The Rock.
the Rock, Armageddon. I mean,
Let's not harp on
Wait,
the Rock.
Yeah, okay.
I love The
not
Rock.
in the same vein as Armageddon. I think The
I
Rock is
agree.
very entertaining.
I love The
it's
Rock.
very good.
I don't think it deserves a Criterion.
No,
collection.
but it also had Chasing Amy, so you know, like
They
you
just
know,
put out Tootsie.
right. Well,
Hey, I like
That's a
Tootsie.
that's a great movie.
classic movie.
I've never seen it. I always had like a bias against it because it's just like this just looks too corny for me or whatever.
great.
It's
But
like the prequel to Mrs. Doubtfire.
right, well, that's
Yeah, okay.
I can't turn that down.
Sure, I'm agreeing with
Mrs. Doubtfire.
But fans,
First Blood.
but with Criterion, they put those out at the time when they were hurting really bad. Like they weren't getting, you know, the money to be able to put out another Jules the Jim or another Fanny Alexander.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. So they well now they are because they built up this name and they really have this like huge following and people are gonna get it. But like with Fanta, like they had to put out, you know, it's a really big benefit they have Peanuts and Mickey Mouse because that's paying to get this underground, you know, line that they've got called, you know, FU Press, which is like it's got Fuckator, which is about like, you know, a guy like recreating his own fantasy exploitation movies and like cartoons and stuff.
Was in jail.
Right. So
That's
you know,
not why.
you would relate. You dig it. So you know, you got to put out that stuff that's like it's kind of shameful and like wow.
It's the 90-10. It's the 90-10 rule in publishing where you have a couple books that make 90% of your revenue, and those are like your 50 Shades of Grey or something like that, so that you can concentrate all that sweet, delicious money on publishing really great work. Not to say that Peanuts is not the best comic ever, and
I mean, those
there
are
is
like ones from the 50s. Or
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
totally.
like that.
And also, like, Uncle Scrooge comics, and I used to intern at Fantagraphics, and I remember sending out many Uncle Scrooge books and stuff like that, and I was always like, my God, who reads all these things? But people love Donald Duck still to this day.
It's the Prince Valiant that
Oh,
is
the
amazing.
Prince
It's like that
Valiant.
really
Weird.
that really holds.
They're oversized. They're really big.
They're like
They're huge.
but I mean they're huge, but they have a huge following. People like I also
the hair.
I answer
I think it's the hair.
Yeah, it's the it's
What do
definitely
you think the age ranges is on the people who buy
From
them?
9 to 99.
You're actually right. No, we get a lot of old guys calling and going, "Ooh, when you guys gonna finish this fucking, you know, Prince Valiant? I'm like 60 years old. I hope to live to see the end of it." And it's like, well, we're doing like 1 or 2 a year. Like, you guys need to hurry up. I mean, I got money. I'll buy them. You just need to put them like. I get that, dude. Yeah, right. Are you on the phone again? Get off! We told you not to be on the phone. You know, and then the nurse pulls him off. But it's
Hello.
yeah. But so it's like interesting. But I remember like I remember like this guy calling saying, "Man, I'm looking forward. You know, how far are you guys gonna go with this?" My 9-year-old son is like actually he's really invested in this stuff now. It's like, man, that's amazing because it was impossible for me to even look at Prince Valiant in the newspaper.
Yeah.
I mean, I recognize that it's gorgeous and looks great and it's super realistic, and I've seen the originals and they're like 2-3 feet
Oversized,
tall and they're like the most amazing artwork. But it's kind of a chore to read this stuff, you know?
I like the hair.
Yeah, I think you should pull that off.
I could.
So now, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Intruder Comics, who will also be tabling at this?
Intruder, you wanna say something? I think I've been hogging.
Intruder, I don't even know her.
Wow!
Oh my god. That's the worst joke.
Thanks for tarnishing our name,
Gary,
Yeah.
You're a really tasteful newspaper.
Intrude isn't a word though. Intrude.
Intrude?
To intrude.
You can intrude.
Okay. Well then, I don't understand the joke. This is like my joke that I like.
You know, like you take a month off to be in jail. This is what happens.
You gotta make up for it.
Yeah.
Intruder started, like 3.5 years ago now.
2 years after Short Run started.
That's right. Actually, I met Mark and Max Klopfelter and Tom Van Dusen and almost everybody that I was an Intruder with, still am an Intruder with, at the first Short Run, I think. And then we started hanging out like every Wednesday night at Tom Van Dusen's apartment in the North End, and we would just draw like jam comics and a bunch of different comics together, and it was really fun, like collaborating. And
I think it
like,
was called the Litter Box at that time.
it was the Litter Box. Yeah, it was the party zone. I fondly remember drinking copious amounts of beer and listening to Sparks.
Oh yeah,
sweet.
he was.
If Gary has any Sparks.
Oh fuck, that's
Gary's got everything.
Yeah.
You know, we'll do Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
I love that track.
We just listened to it.
One of our contributors really loves like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
he would.
you know what? Let's hear
yeah.
that.
If you guys want to put that on,
Let's hear it.
Oh, that's a good song.
That bass part. We're listening to so much music.
You know, I want to interrupt for a second. I want to have a Sparks party where we get each person that comes gets every flavor of Sparks. Wow. And then we only listen to Sparks, and we have to drink each.
Have you ever drank a Sparks?
Yeah, it's horrible. No, I know it's going to be horrible, but it'll be
You
great.
can
also get Big Boy burgers if you ship them out from the East Coast.
But let's just keep it simple. But yeah, if anyone wants to have a Sparks party with me,
There's an album called Big Boy by Sparks.
I love Big Boys.
And the
I grew
song
up in
goes,
Michigan, and like
So
Elias
good.
Brothers' Big Boy was like my favorite. That was my jam.
And the album
Bob's Big
cover
Boy?
with
It's like
them,
a Denny's.
nude on the
Oh,
front.
I don't know.
It's just-
Yeah.
It's better than that.
Well, it is. I agree.
Most things are.
Well, did you ever see Austin Powers?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so it's the Big Boy statue.
Yeah, that's the Big Boy.
I didn't know that was a real
And there was
thing.
comics,
Yeah.
and they're like
Real,
real.
if you were a little kid and you went, they gave you a Big Boys comic with
Yeah.
a puzzle and like a
Yeah, and they were shitty comics, especially as a kid. You're like, oh, this is garbage. But I think like actual,
Is
I
that what
think
inspired you to make comics? Like, I could do better than Big Boys.
there is that. I do. There are some sketchbooks where I also drew on the placemats all the time. That was like a big sketchbook for me. I'd go there with my family and I'd just draw weird shit on the thing.
And we call this like.
But then I'd get the book and I'd draw all over the book and put dicks and stuff like that on there.
How we've grown.
How we grown.
All right, listen to
Got my own characters with dicks.
So we have this party zone. We were meeting pretty much every Wednesday night to drink beer and talk shit and listen to glam rock. And we pretty much got the idea of doing sort of like a somewhat quarterly newspaper, all comics newspaper, no advertisement, along the same lines as like Smoke Signal in New York. And a couple other publications that were around.
There's Diamond.
There's Diamond
Portland
Comics
that
in Portland.
Floating World was putting out. Some comic
And
shop.
Mark sort of organized us and actually contacted a printer down in Georgetown that publishes all the college newspapers in town, all the high school newspapers in town. They used to print The Stranger, and they're called Pacific Publishing. They're really great, and we sort of formed this collective of cartoonists. We each pay to get a page, and if you pay and you get your page, then you can do whatever you want.
That's amazing.
And
I'm glad that you said that because I've wondered for years where the fuck is Intruder getting their money because it's free. I mean, you print up
free.
like 10,000.
Yeah, that was
No, we do like 4,000 has been the most.
Okay,
Yeah.
still,
That's still a lot.
You print up 4,000 and they're all free.
Well, the trick with like you pay the $100. The idea of making the paper and making it free was that in a co-op thing is like, all right, you pay whatever it is, it ends up being like
usually around
40, 50 bucks, and you get you get a stack of 100 papers that you get to do whatever the fuck you want with. So then you've got at least, when we started it was 12 pages, so we had like 11 contributors. Someone did like 2-page spread or something like that.
Oh, hoity-toity.
Yeah.
I need 2 pages.
Somebody did a 2-page spread.
Well, in the first issue, I was like, well, I'm putting this fucking together. I'm going to do a 2-page spread in color. So we had 11 contributors, so that's like 1,100 papers right there. Well, now we need to distribute this, though, so we need to do 12, 1,600. So like we're doing that and throwing them in my car, and so it's a big spread, but everyone gets their stack, and then they have to they're supposed to distribute it however they want and put it into like a comic shop, or like Aiden puts it in Analog because he works there, and then
And yeah, we spread them around town. We also like whenever any of us travel, we usually like
Leave them in the bathroom of the airplane.
Yeah, that's actually a really good spot. I have left them on buses. But also like going to comic shops. It's because it's kind of nice working in like a collective. With like 12 to, depending on the issue, 12 to 16 other people. They're traveling around a lot. Some of them are like bigger names than others. And if I were to go into a comic shop in San Francisco and say, "Oh, hey, I'm an Intruder with Mark Palm and Max Klotfelter," they're like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard about that." Yeah. And I'd be like, "Oh, well, I have 50 papers for you right now. Can you stock them? They're free. Yeah. You won't make any money off them."
Yeah.
But most comic shops really believe in comics. I know it's surprising.
Yeah.
But
they just wish they were cheaper.
Yeah.
So that they didn't have to pay so much to have it.
But I think Intruder's great because it is free. There's no buy-in. It is adults only.
Good.
For the content.
Well,
yeah.
fuck old people and fuck kids.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, it's for old people. They can read it too.
Because old people adults.
I can't know because old people are like, there's a penis in this. What?
Ageist.
What? Oh. When I read Little Orphan Annie, she didn't need.
There's penises in this. Like she just.
I grew up a really like.
Seen a drunk
Yeah.
in ages.
I mean, this is the kind of woman that told me, she's like, women can stand pee standing up. Like I've peed into a Coke bottle before. Like standing over a Coke bottle. I'm like, well, thank you, Grandma.
Yeah.
That's great. She worked as a bartender. She was a biker. Like, cool. This is a good. So she would have dug.
Can we have her on the podcast?
Can we get a medium?
Oh,
Zing!
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. But can we get a medium? I got some shit I gotta get off my chest. I gotta apologize.
Okay, back to the local
Jokes
fair.
tonight are
Has anyone
crazy.
ever done a Ouija board podcast?
Oh my god.
That would be the most boring podcast.
Oh my god! Right? You just hear scraping and going.
Someone who does not talk.
No, boards are so real. I've done one and they have like legitimately fucked me up. Can't.
Would you want to do a podcast?
100% no.
No. Shit.
No way.
Light as a
The title of the podcast will be light as a feather, stiff as a board. Okay, so we got to move on. Mend My Dress. What's up with that?
Okay, so Mend My Dress is a really awesome publisher out of Tacoma, actually. They're like publisher and distributor of zines and comics. and they focus on comics that are, made by women and women-oriented and, feminist comics, and they're really great. And I really felt like I wanted that presence in the fair.
So did you approach them or they approach you?
I approached them. Kelly Fro sort of got me in touch with them. And actually they distribute one of the videos that we'll have is by a comic artist named E.T. Russian. And she makes these really cool sort of video comics that are kind of like the Ken Burns effect on the panels, but she does it in a really nice way. And I think it looks really cool, and she has some great readers.
I have a Ken Burns tattoo, so.
Really?
No, he doesn't have a Ken Burns. God damn it, Dan.
The portrait?
Just,
He does have the title of it. He has Prohibition and Jazz just written on his
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball. Just
The
written
Civil
on his
War.
back thigh, yeah.
You ever seen one about the Brooklyn Bridge?
No, I haven't.
Really good. Cold.
He's got a brother,
Cube
too.
Press.
Cold Cube Press.
Tell me about it. They're gonna be there. They're gonna have a table.
They are. We're splitting a table with our sister corporation, Pity Party.
They were next on the list.
Don't jump in.
Cold Cube. Going back to Intruder, if I may, for a second. One of the reasons why.
We don't like to backtrack.
It's like parkour, never go back.
But one of the things that I loved about Intruder is that it was it was very much a we're doing this because anybody can do this. It's very easy. You just kind of got to get it organized. And so, being a contributor and member of Intruder, eventually I wanted to start my own sort of publishing project. And a little while ago, I bought what's called a Risograph printer, which is an interesting printing machine that can.
Was it a reasonable price?
It actually was an obscenely reasonable, not reasonable, too low. I paid a little bit less, and hopefully...
If you sold Aiden this and you want some money back, email us at accentsonpurposepodcast.com and he...
Podcast.com at gmail.com.
Especially because I'm monetizing it now.
We don't have email, we have Gmail.
Cold Cube started as an attempt to bridge these sort of disparate publishing scenes in Seattle, because you've got the cartoonist community and the poetry community and the art community and the music community, which is much harder to print. But these different...
I would love it if bands started selling sheet music.
Yeah, or
I would love some
and
Lysol
lyrics.
sheet music.
I don't
That
think-
would be
I don't-
awesome, Bird.
There's no liner notes anymore. It's just
Yeah.
all digital, right?
No, they would
Give me a booklet. That's all I want out of the CD.
It would be awesome if bands started printing sheet music with a digital download code.
Oh, sure.
I would do. That would be awesome.
I mean,
And a video on how to
that's
play it?
we could do that. But the idea behind Cold Cube was to sort of bring these makers together in the printed form that they're at. So we launched our first big anthology in what is it? Is June the 7th month? July is the 7th month on the Gregorian calendar, if you follow that. It had comics, poetry, visual art. There was an essay. There was some illustrations. Pretty much all printed mediums all together. So if you're really into comics, it's really good for you. But you also have to read some poetry. I know that's a bummer for some people.
It was hard.
But
it's-
Hannah again.
Joseph and I met at a poetry reading. Gary
We were
was
both
reading.
outside.
Yeah, we were both outside.
Gary-
Smoking cigarettes.
Gary has the softest voice I think
He
I've
does.
ever. It's so
But he
sweet.
refuses to go on microphone. He does
Well, it's
It's
because of the
weird.
union.
Yeah.
He's a union man. That's why we went on
I
solidarity
respect that.
strike with the teachers.
That's right, Gary. Gary was.
Gary's behind the glass, just like he likes it.
tapping on it, asking to be let out.
We're not fishes.
Cold Cube was is an attempt to sort of get these groups of people talking to each other, because in my opinion, because I am somewhat involved in the literary community, somewhat involved in the comics community, and somewhat involved in the art community.
And
There's
the
a
music
lot,
community.
and the music community. There's a lot
It'd
of
be great if Smiling was on this podcast.
Oh my god.
That's next week. A lot of people are talking about the same things and working just as hard and thinking about the same issues and tackling it from a lot of different ways. And I, for one, have learned more from poetry and film about comics than I thought that I possibly would. Obviously, I learn a lot about comics from reading comics, but watching movies and how they compose a scene, compose a shot, and reading poetry and how they convey information or how they misinform, I think is really important and really important to cartoonists to sort of figure that out. And Cold Cube is sort of like, we're publishing a book for this event at the Film Forum that's going to be drawings by this illustrator, Andrew Schultz, really beautiful drawings, and poetry by Hillary Johnson, who's a poet, a wonderful poet in town. So it's like, oh man, if you love these drawings, you should look at these poems. You should read these poems. It's going to be really, really beautiful. And if you were really into poetry, you would probably like these drawings because they kind of fit together.
I'm going to fuck up on the name, but Seattle is very unique, is that it has the only bookstore in the United States that's devoted just to poetry.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of it?
Yeah, Open Books.
Open Books, yeah.
Open Books in Wallingford on 45th.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Open Books, it's actually not the only poetry only, it is the oldest. It is one of three.
I'm a fucking idiot.
It's one of three, I believe. There's one in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, huh?
You have anything to say about that, Joseph?
Yeah, well, I live there, so
really,
yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Wow.
I almost never bring it up, but I did live in Brooklyn.
When I lived in Cleveland,
yeah.
No one would ever bring up that they lived in New York. Anyways, so yeah,
I don't know what that means.
Open Books is a wonderful store.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, and I think I think it's awesome that Seattle has that.
Yeah, and also the people that own the shop are the sweetest couple of humans that I think I've ever met.
Is this some native advertising?
Yeah.
Wait, I brought it up.
Go to Open Books.
Go to Open Books.
So, you said you partnered with Pity Party, but
yeah. So we are participatory partners with Pity Party.
I stand with PP,
and we're big fans of alliteration.
I gotta say, I'm kind of bummed. Not bummed, but I think it's weird that I completely support Planned Parenthood, and I think everyone should be supporting them right now. But it's horrible that the hashtag is "I stand with PP." I mean, it is. It is.
That's stupid. That's a stupid hashtag.
Well, no, because
it is. That's the official. That's the official.
I agree with Danny. Like, stand with
unfortunate
Planned
hashtag.
We should have a hashtag for it. I understand it links a bunch of conversations, but "I stand with PP" is.
Well, I mean, that's stand with women.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they want to explicitly be about this issue. Like, this issue is like, it's very current. If the Senate goes the same way the Congress does, then they're fucked. So it's like an immediate thing that it has to be right now. But yeah, PP.
No.
Plan P or something. I don't know.
P-Plan.
The P-Plan.
Yeah, I guess honestly though, as I'm sitting here, I can't think of a better one. Like, save Planned Parenthood. It's way too long, and people don't know how to spell anything. So.
Yeah, just the PP.
That's Pity Party.
The other PP, Pity Party. Pity Party is
Other People's Pity Party?
a small publishing company formed by Michael Heck and Karsten Forster, and Michael's is an incredible hustler. He puts out many books and like pins and patches a year. You've probably seen somebody wearing a Pity Party shirt at a DIY punk show.
And if you haven't, open your eyes.
That's right. Put down the bong.
I'm so sick of going to shows and seeing people bonging it up.
Huge bong.
As a Pity Party t-shirt walks by. It's like, dude, you just missed the Pity Party t-shirt.
I've never seen
because
one.
you're a bong along and ding dong.
I'll tell you, it's this vape that the kids are vaping.
Well, they're so huge, they're getting in the way of the shirt. So those guys put down the vape pen,
Put down the bongs and the vape.
You'll see the
and you'll see the swag. Pity Party is more than just a swag corp. It also makes some really beautiful comics and art books. And Michael Heck is designer of Fantagraphics. And he's a buddy of mine. And I asked him to help out on Cold Cube. And if not be a partner, at least be an advisor. And he dove right in and was like, no, I'll do it with you. So we are actually partners in that venture, and the first Cold Cube publication was a Cold Cube Pity Party collaboration called Dark Matter of Drawings by Michael Heck, and Pity Party makes some really great art comics and lots of wild drawings.
It's a lot of art. It's a lot of like really organic, kind of like it almost looks like illustration work from like a dictionary or something like that. It's like here's like this here's a specimen of this plant or this leaf or whatever, and then watch it dissolve into a bunch of like molecules.
Yeah,
and then cosmically explode, and then your brain's gone, and
and there's sort of
you're over your DFT experience.
Michael's work is sort of designed so that you can read it backwards and forwards. Like you can kind of jump in. It's not really plot driven. You can kind of jump in at any point and just sit there and enjoy the ride, which is cool.
It's really nice, delicate work, and he's a great silk screener. I'd like to see more like prints. I think that would be a really good thing. So keep that in mind, Mike.
So now, okay, we've talked about this festival. We've talked about everyone's publications. We've talked about a bunch of stuff. Let's talk about you folks and what you like to do. Now, Sarah, what do you like to do in the summer? Do you like to go swimming? Do you like to?
Oh my god! I feel like this may be a leading question.
Yeah, I love swimming.
Really? Where do you like to go swimming? Where do you like to go swimming?
I love to float.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Tell
me more.
I
Tell me more.
pray to God that like every time I'm floating, a little piece of poop does not float by.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
Sarah's famous.
I'm
Seattle.
like I'm a local celeb.
I mean,
I'm a local poop celebrity.
She's known as the poo swimmer.
I'm known as. We work at a coffee shop. We work at Analog Coffee, and I had so many people come in and ask me. Just be like, oh my god, I just saw you in The Stranger. You were in an article in The Stranger. Like, you swam in the poop water, right?
Yeah.
You swam in the poop water.
Okay, so explain the story.
Okay, so, I mean, I went swimming with my boyfriend. We go swimming in the summer, we would go swimming on our days off. And it's really great. We go out and we float. And we had this, wonderful day at Seward Park. It was so nice. We went out afterwards. We got Chinese food. And we went to see Straight Outta Compton. We had, a double date with my boss and his fiance.
That sounds so
It
nice.
was beautiful.
Nothing to regret in that
It
day.
was so great. It was 90 degrees. We floated for 2 hours.
Where do you float? How do you float? Like I don't.
On a floaty.
A floaty?
On a
You float. You go
floaty.
into the lake and you float.
I don't know.
Like
this.
Washington.
You put air into
Let me
plastic.
change your life.
Yeah, buoyancy is a really
You
unique
put-
thing.
yeah.
I thought you needed
Air
salt
into
water for that.
plastic,
Like,
yeah.
No, you're on you're on.
on the thing. All right.
Yeah, not the
Anyways, wake up the following morning and I go to work and I open the shop, so it's 6 a.m. Sorry, I open the shop, it's 6 a.m. and my boss shows me this article from Stranger saying that 12,000 gallons of sewage was dumped into Seward Park. So we weren't just swimming, a lot of people were swimming in the lake that day. Not many people were swimming at Seward Park specifically. So we were
Did you
swimming.
see or smell it?
We did not see or smell
Yeah.
any poop.
I mean, I'd imagine it.
And a friend of ours wrote an article about it. And
Did you get pink eye from it? or
I didn't get
anything,
any
or-
pink
no?
eye, but it was pretty gross.
Pink eye
We
from
didn't
poop.
shower.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's how you get
That's
pink
how you
eye.
get pink eye.
It's fecal matter.
That's how you get pink
I
eye.
thought you got it from touching
No, you get pink eye from
Farting on your pillow. And
Yeah,
then
farting.
sleeping.
Not bad.
Right.
Smells are just
Or
tiny
someone like
particles of the
you're
things you
scratching
smell.
your.
Oh, really? Wow, thanks for telling me that.
Well, you didn't know how you got pink eye, so.
Anywho.
Yeah, so
Wash your hands.
I mean, I showered when I got home after the movie. We also ate really hot Chinese food. We had Sichuanese cuisine. It was very spicy. So we're sitting there sweating out poop water.
Oh.
You're stewing.
It was really gross. And then Matt didn't even shower.
Oh.
So I text him the
Not
next
surprised.
morning. Text him the next
Wash
morning. I'm
the sheets.
shower right now.
Yeah.
Our sheets are covered in shit. Our whole apartment is probably covered in shit.
That's amazing.
And
Don't turn any black lights on.
We later found out that it was technically okay to swim in. Technically.
I mean, sure, it must have been very, very diluted.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 billion gallons of water.
But it is still for
Let me
you.
save myself a little bit and say there are 3 billion gallons of water in Washington, so 12,000.
But you still got your
gallons.
picture in the paper. You
Oh
and
yeah.
Matt as
Oh
the,
yeah,
as
it
the
was
poop
very
couple
cool.
that-
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
Actually, Sasha from Posse came in and was like, "I'm not buying coffee
That's what she
until you
Yeah.
shower
That's-
because
Wow.
yeah."
So now, speaking of horrible experiences, I want to ask the three of you a question. What would you rather do? Would you rather see Quentin Tarantino give someone a foot massage, give a woman a foot massage, or would you rather watch Kevin Smith eat 100 chicken wings? Think about it.
I'd like to see that stupid bastard eat those chicken wings and choke on them. Just like
I wouldn't want to have anything to do with
I didn't ask
him.
you. You're the host. You're not fucking.
Which of us is the host with the most? That's what I want to know.
Gary.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I want to watch Kevin Smith eat. And all that stuff in his beard and his and his rich
that'd be
people
hilarious.
fingers touching all those chicken wings. I'd rather watch a foot massage. Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino giving Uma Thurman a foot massage.
You said woman.
I feel like that's happened. I feel like I've seen that in one of his movies.
Yeah, he's obsessed with Uma Thurman's feet.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel like I know intimately what her feet look
But
like.
you're sitting there in the room watching him do it.
Move.
I would be fine with that.
It's funny you're talking about foot massage because today was the first time I got in a Chinese foot massage.
And it's
I'm
your
gonna have
whole body.
Oh,
Give you a whole body massage.
oh god! It was great. It
Were
was
you eating chicken wings when that happened?
no, but I wish I had. No, I could. I
chasing
could.
after a lesbian.
I wouldn't actually be able to eat anything. I've never had my feet stimulated in that way. Like I'm really ticklish. Like get the fuck away from my feet. Like I kick people off. Like no,
Why
just
do people
like
go get your feet so much? You have to like kick them
they just
off?
think it's cute or something. I don't know. But
But today you
but
got
this
feet stimulated.
I got my feet like seriously rubbed out, and it was like I was shaking and I was like trying to hold back laughter because it's like this quiet room with like 20 fucking like red lounge chairs where like a bunch of Asian women are mowing and stuff like that, and like being slapped and beaten and like. 'Cause, I mean that's what the massage is like. It's very
crazy.
brutal. It's like
Where is this?
this is down in
Pounding
the Little Saigon or
Why don't
International
you have
District.
them having a table at the local site?
Yeah.
I've been to one of those places. I accidentally kicked a woman because like
Or is it on purpose?
you get so relaxed and your body falls asleep, and then they touch your feet and it's like super sensitive.
Oh, no, I was-
and my foot like
Grinding my teeth. It was
yeah,
just
and
like,
my
it was
foot
like,
like,
So is this fun?
reflex shot into somebody.
It was a very interesting experience. I'm glad I had it. Now
You
that
didn't answer the question. He asked you a direct question.
it was good, yes.
We're playing good cop, bad cop right now.
It was good. I felt very relaxed. I was insanely stoned before going in there, and then I was like even more stoned afterwards. I like it could barely like deal
They
with
increased
it.
the
Like,
blood flow and all
it
this
did.
stuff.
It just like it pushed all of the THC out of my like muscle, fibers. It was just insane.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recently was walking past a place in Little Saigon, or the ID, and this man comes out at like 12, like, we're walking there at like midnight.
Yeah, I thought you were covered in shit.
I was right next to the place where I was covered. Oh, damn. But this guy walks out at like midnight, and we're like, oh my god, is that a good place to get a massage? And he goes, yeah, if you like an old lady and a hand job. And it was super
I didn't get
weird.
that.
And then I went to that place, not for that reason,
You were
but
like,
because
you know what?
I read a lot of good Yelp reviews.
I hope he left like the 5-star rating.
And
Yeah. What was it
It
called?
was
I think it was
really-
like in the Pacific.
I don't
It was in the Pacific
remember.
Rim building.
But
Like,
they give you a full body
oh no, it was
massage.
great.
Yeah.
They totally tensed me up with the foot massage, and then they like okay, here, flip over, and then I got on my belly and then took it all out because I was
Yeah.
like freaking out. Like I was
Yeah.
seriously like. Oh,
No, I
God,
did not get a hand job, but
I
got-
you're completely
yeah.
clothed through this.
Yeah.
I did have another quote unquote. It's Northgate. It's the store. I'm not being racist. It's an Oriental massage. And they asked me like, do you care if it's a man or a woman does it? I'm like, no, I don't really care. So I get in there and it's like, take my clothes off down to my underwear, and it's like, it was I mean this guy got on top of me. I was like, I'm on my belly. He was on top of me with his knees on my ass. And like he was like flicking his feet onto my calves, and like he's doing that while he's like digging deep into tissue in my shoulders. I'm like, this.
They go really
Well,
deep.
they were like,
Yeah.
there was,
I've gotten deep tissue massages, and although the last time I did, the massage therapist genuinely said he out of nowhere he was like, I just feel like anybody with we should give everyone IQ tests, and anyone below 70 we should just kill.
Oh.
And I was just like sitting there like, as he's like digging into
as you're
my
getting
thigh.
more tense, like,
yeah, it was just
my
like, good
IQ's
God.
not
I never-
great.
I
No.
never went back. Yeah, my hand, I
Oh
was-
shit! I'm not gonna let him know what my
Yeah.
no, but the foot massage thing. I was actually considering. I was like going, whoa! If this was torture, would I be talking right now? Because like this is like really
get the
intense. I was like, oh,
But
like
you're like
if this-
convinced it's supposed to feel good, so you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
this
no.
is good. This
That's
is
There-
funny. It's like,
Yeah.
dude.
That is the thing is like you put your trust into a person who does this daily, like changing oil or whatever. Like this is their job. You're just a body. There's tension. Get it out. But to anyone else, like if this is my friends or my girlfriend, I'd be like, get the fuck off me! Don't touch my feet like that. Like, no, you're get out of the house. I get really intense about it. But I trust this guy because he knows what he's doing. And I imagine like, okay. Well, that's the thing. You trust it, I don't know. This guy could have been like the worst one out of them,
Yeah.
No, it's a kind of a sleazy thing. I was hoping to like get some opium or something. I don't know.
Yeah. If you have opium, please call 206.
They like lined the foot tubs with like plastic bags.
Yeah, that was the weird one. I didn't like that texture, but I got over it real quick because.
No, so I'm with you. I've never had a massage. And, a couple weeks ago, I was saying this to someone, and they're like, I don't think you're living life to the fullest.
Whoa.
And I'm like, yeah, it was Nicole.
No. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've never... No, like, on your deathbed, you're not going to be like, I never had a massage.
So, honestly, I don't like touching strangers. I don't even like hugging.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever made skin
bodily.
I don't think I'm going to say bodily fluids, I swear.
I don't think we've made bodily fluids together. You know what, listeners? Me and Joseph have never made bodily fluids together.
They were wondering about that before.
I would love for that would be to become like a pickup line in the future.
I haven't done that. I gotta go.
Hello, would you like to make bodily fluids with me? I don't fuck by the navel, I promise. Well, I think that's it.
Wow.
That's fucking it, yeah.
All right,
we gotta wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up. All right, any last words? Why are you making a machine gun sound?
You're like my
last words are come to this event because it's going to be really
Is there like
awesome.
any sort of website?
Okay, so go to the local Sightings website.
What should we Google?
There's also a Facebook event, so...
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
They let us have one. Yeah.
Facebook said it's okay.
Yeah. There's a Facebook event. There's also, if you go to the local Sightings website, all of the information is there. Also come to local Sightings because it's going to be really cool, but if you're going to go to anything at local Sightings, come to this because it's going to be awesome. And,
Oh, and if you want the article that I was talking about earlier about the first recorded fuck.
No one cares.
Everyone cares about that. Don't try and Google it because you can never figure out what to Google to get that article. Because I actually couldn't find the article, and I was trying to Google things, and it took me forever. Because first fuck, Bing. No. Once you put fuck into the
go
search,
to Bing and you type fuck, and it'll come right up.
Anyways, any other last words?
Yeah.
Too late, Aiden. Any last words?
Everybody should check out this local Sightings comics thing because it's going to be pretty great.
When's Smiling going to play this?
I think she fucking said that, Aiden.
All right, so that's been another week of Accents on Purpose.
Wait.
We'll see you next week. What? What? No, wait.
Do we have a website? I thought we had a website.
Oh, we have a website. I'm not finished with it. You can go to it. It's almost done. It's called SoManyAccents.com. Is it?
Yeah.
What?
.edu. It's so many.
What? No, but Accents on Purpose is so long. I fucking hate it.
So many accents.
I only agreed to the name because I was drunk.
You love the name. We're never changing the name.
We're not changing the name. Yeah. But anyways, another week of Accents on Purpose. Just remember, we'll keep one finger on the pause button, one foot in the grave.
Fuck you for listening. Bye.
Down in a Trans Am, a blue bandana around his head. I think I just saw Jesus in a Trans Am. Jesus drives a Trans Am, a lightning yellow Trans Am. Jesus drives a Trans Am on the highway to heaven. Hitchhiked from South to come away. Jesus picked me up in a Trans Am. Just got out of jail in California. Now he's preaching around the country in a Trans Am. Jesus drives a Trans Am, a lightning yellow Trans Am. Jesus drives a Trans Am on the highway to heaven. I asked him if my grandpa was in heaven, and he said he drove him there himself.
Facebook said it's okay.